What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Mindset. Today we're going to talk about mistakes. We're going to talk about the different kinds of mistakes you can make in life. We're going to talk about learning from them, and we're going to talk about moving forward. So first off, there's three different kinds of mistakes you can make in your life. Accidental mistakes, thoughtful mistakes, and purposeful mistakes. This one is going to stem off of the last video where we talked about thoughts, choices, and actions, because when you make mistakes, they are based off of those three things. Your accidental mistakes are your thoughts. The little ideas you have about doing different things, thinking about negative things, deciding to dwell on self-doubt and fear and regret. Those are accidental mistakes. And like I said, sometimes if you don't catch those, they're going to dictate your choices and your actions, and therefore it's going to dictate your life. You're going to live out of fear. You're going to live in regret. You're going to live feeling self-conscious and a low self-esteem. If you let all those negative thoughts get you, those are the accidental mistakes. Now, the thoughtful mistakes are the choices that you make. You may think about a scenario or a situation, think it through, think of all the pros and cons and all the possible outcomes, and you make a choice based on that, and make a choice based on what could be best for you, and it doesn't end up being the right thing. Therefore, it's a thoughtful mistake, meaning you did think about it. You just didn't make the right choice. You didn't make the best decision. You didn't choose the right option for your life. And then lastly, there's purposeful mistakes. You thought about it, you made a choice, and then you took action. And those purposeful mistakes consist of lying, cheating, stealing, being unfaithful, hurting somebody, and choosing to do those things because they become actions, and those are things that you can't take back. Now, when I talked about in the last video that your thoughts and your choices are easier to come back from, is because they aren't made known yet. They aren't made known to other people. They don't affect anybody else besides yourself. And you can fix those. You can take those back. You can go back and revise your thoughts and then change your choices. But what you can't do is once the actions are done, once the words are said, you can't take those back. So the next part of this video, we're going to talk about learning from your mistakes. When you're talking about the first two, the ones that you can come back from, your accidental mistakes and your thoughtful mistakes, you can fix those by, like I said, revising, going back, making a better choice, having better thoughts, pushing yourself into a more positive direction, watching these kind of videos, getting self-help, and building a positive mindset so you don't have to deal with those and make those accidental mistakes or those thoughtful mistakes in the first place. Because once you build that positive mindset, it becomes so much easier to avoid that negativity, to avoid making those types of mistakes. So by learning from those types of mistakes is to figure out how to build a fortress for your mind, how to be able to block those out next time, how to motivate yourself to do better, how to move past that, and how to break down the walls of self-esteem and regret and fear and searching for validation and all those different things that can bring you down and that can just weigh on your shoulders and weigh on your life. By dealing with it, then learning from it, you're going to be able to grow that immunity to those things, and that's just going to help you learn for the future. Now, the other type of mistake, the purposeful ones, is something you can't come back from. Saying words to your spouse or significant other, committing an act towards somebody else, lying to somebody, choosing to steal from somebody, or any of the ones that I listed before. Those things break trust. They ruin friendships and relationships, and honestly, those are the hardest things to come back from because you can't rebuild trust in a day. You can't rebuild a relationship in a day. It takes time and effort in fixing it. So what's going to happen is with the purposeful mistakes and the moving forward from it, these ones are super, super important because the other two mistakes, the ones that only affect you, they are easier to come back from. They're easier to move forward because they only affected you. And you choose when to move forward from that, and you choose how to strengthen yourself, and you choose how to move past it. With the last one, the one that affects other people, it's so much harder. So when you learn from those mistakes, you need to analyze what you did, recognize that mistake, go through all the pros and cons, go through the list of everything that went wrong and why it was wrong. And then in the future, when you go through those thoughts and choices, you need to really consider those and take those things into account before you make those actions again. And hopefully you'll see how much damage that your purposeful mistakes did to either you or somebody else and somebody you care about is motivation enough to not do it again. There's a lot of times in my life that I have made certain choices and mistakes, and I've said different things, I've done different things in my life that honestly I can't take back, that I can't fix. And then to those people that I hurt, I am constantly chasing to fix those things and make things better and make it better for me so I can take that off of my conscience. Because it is easier to forgive yourself, but it's harder to get other people to forgive you and to help them heal and fix what you did. You may feel bad about it and you may regret it and you may feel sorry and never do it again, but that doesn't mean the other person isn't still hurt. That doesn't mean the other person isn't still affected by it. So when you don't move past those things for yourself, you're going to be constantly going through a cycle of trying to prove your worth, trying to make things better, and it's really emotionally and mentally exhausting. I wore this Flash shirt today because there was a quote from the show that I heard the other day that made a lot of sense to me. It said, are you going to take a do-over every single time you make a mistake, or are you going to learn from them and move forward? And that's exactly what you have to do. It's because you can't take a do-over. You can't go back and fix it. You really just can't take those things back that you said or did. So what you have to do for yourself is to move forward. Move forward from them. Stop dwelling on them. Learn from them. Realize what you did. Analyze everything that went wrong and why it went wrong, and think about the other people's feelings. Think about the ways that it affected others and take those into account and learn a lesson of how much impact your purposeful negative mistakes can make on other people. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has issues and flaws. I'm not going to say that you're not going to make mistakes, that you shouldn't, because honestly, making mistakes is what helps you learn and grow to be a better person. But to be more conscious and be more thoughtful about the way you do things and the things you say and the actions you take is so important. So when you're moving forward, as the person who committed the mistake, as the person who made the mistake, when you move forward, you forgive yourself, and your main goal is to focus on being a better person. Your main goal is to be better for the next time and prepare yourself so those mistakes don't happen again. Now, moving forward as a person who those mistakes were done to you, I'm not saying to forgive and forget. I'm not saying just to forget about it and move past it and whatever and go back to normal, but learn to prepare yourself for those things next time. So if you make mistakes, if they are accidental or thoughtful mistakes, learn how to build yourself up so you don't sit and dwell on those things in yourself. You're not dwelling in fear. You're not living in regret. You're not putting yourself down. You're not being self-conscious, and you're not just being negative towards yourself. And with the purposeful mistakes, learn from them. Make it a lesson. Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on the fact that you made a mistake. Don't dwell that you may not have that relationship again, that friendship, that situation, whatever mistake that you made that it impacted. Don't dwell on the negative things. Look towards the positive. There are better days ahead. There's always growth, and there's always something to learn from. And there's always a place ahead in life that you can move forward to and move past this situation. So guys, with that being said, just remember, no matter what the world has to say, tomorrow's a brand new day. The choice is yours to go out and be more. Peace.